numbers trickle in from various provinces. Of course, right here at the Results Operations Centre in Midrand, political parties are also crunching those numbers. As results trickle in, let's get a sense from our reporter Natasha Phiri. She's on standby and, of course, getting more reaction and analysis. Natasha, over to you.
Thank you so much, Nati. You talk about results trickling in. We're currently at 20.77% of those votes have been counted. And we're actually just going to talk to the EFF. But you look at the results on the leaderboard, they're over 199,000 of those votes. But we'll just speak to the party secretary general and ask him if he is happy. Are you satisfied with the performance of the party so far?
Look, the results are still coming in, and it's still early days, and only 40,000 VDs have been counted, so we still got close to 17,000 VDs that are coming in. We are just monitoring the results in the areas, but we are fine so far. Remember that we are the third largest party, and as things stand, we are still remaining in that position, where a majority of the areas that have not arrived, which are areas where the EFF, as in 2019, we got more support. All those VDs have not come because it's only the areas in the suburbans and then in the further rurals and small VDs that have come in. So we're still confident. We're still in the race. We'll see as the day progresses. Even major metros have not come, and we're quite strong there. So we're fine. So far, so good.
Mr. Dlamini, I know it's still early days, but are you not worried, especially about the performance of the EFF in KZN? I mean, this is the best performing province for the EFF in 2019. You got over 566,000 votes, both nationally and provincially, which I think for the party, this was you're very happy with those results come 2019. But you look at the MK party right now, does it not pose a threat? They're currently sitting at over 94,000 votes in KwaZulu-Natal, whereas the EFF is at 5,122.
Look, we're monitoring the situation in KZN. The MK party, as you are reading the results, but even in KZN, the areas where have come in are not the areas where we got votes in 2019. Remember, we did our own analysis. There are close to 16,000 VDs, which were priority, over 3,000 wards, which were priority wards of the EFF, where we got 6% and above, and none of those wards or VDs have come through. So we're not panicking at all until we know, because the only way you can start being worried or panicking is when you are getting the results of the places where you got more support. But the VDs that you're talking about in KZN, they were, even in 2019, they were in the margins of 1%, 2%. So it's still not we're not in a crisis thinking mode now. We're still fine. We're expecting the results to come in. Only that time we can start panicking and then saying maybe there are issues. But as things stand, because it's from our own analysis, from our own planning, that these are the areas that even in 2019 they did not perform. So even when the results are coming, for the fact that we are there, that's what gives us confidence that the fact that you are already in the counting and the numbers are coming, it is what it is. Look what is happening with the MK. I'm sure none of us could see them, but we don't focus on other political parties. We focus on the EFF work, and that's why even our campaign was more focused on the EFF work. That's why even now we are still confident that we will achieve what we set to achieve on these elections.
Okay, you look at the CSIR predictions and compare them to your own internal analysis. What can you tell us?
Look, those predictions, there were predictions even as of yesterday. No one predicted the youth voter turnout yesterday, including IEC, CSIR, no one. That is why even the delays that took place yesterday, the chaos that took place yesterday, is because the IEC underestimated the youth voter turnout. And that is where the strength of the EFF is, and that's where our constituency is. So we're not worried about this CSIR analysis so far, because we know where we put more work, we know our constituency, and we know that constituency has not come through. And yesterday we saw it coming in numbers in Gauteng, in Limpopo, KZN, Eastern Cape, Western Cape, in areas in Makane as we speak now. in roads where we've taken a VD just coming from the youth vote there in the university campus. So we are still confident. That's why I was saying that CSR report, it did not pick that one up. So we are fine. We're going to monitor all the reports but the results as they're coming through, we are here to monitor them, and we remain confident.
There's one policy of the EFF, especially the issue of immigration, that some people had mixed feelings about. Do you feel that this had an impact and this swayed voters to probably vote in your favor or probably against the EFF?
No, we don't think so. We've been growing, and this story has been said against the EFF since 2014. We are used to it. We don't think so. That's why I'm saying right now we remain the third largest political party. So for you to be able to say that, you've got to bring some science, some facts around it, and as things stand, we don't have, because as I'm saying that the results are trickling in. It's still early for us. We are not halfway. It's not even in the areas where I would say, because only once we start losing votes in the areas where we are, we'll have to go back. And I don't think, because even if you look at the states with all other political parties, you would see that the basis of the shift and the movement it's not on the basis of immigration or anything. Even parties that they were using that immigration, Action SA, it's what they were using to campaign throughout. But where are they? If we can use that as a measuring point, that people were speaking were xenophobic and speaking against the integration of the continent, it has worked to their benefit. They are nowhere to be seen. So we're fine. We're going to monitor these results, and then we'll take it from there.
Are you going to be the incoming Premier of KZN?
We're confident. We're going. As things stand now, there's no one who can tell you that he's running KZN. There's no one in Gauteng. There's look like there are difficulties in Mpumalanga, in Western Cape, and everywhere else. It's still going to be a long 2 days sitting here, and things are still going to shift. So nothing has been concluded. But would remember that in the EFF, even the discussions that they're going to take place, they are discussions on the basis of what the voters have said. We first got to respect the mandate of the voters, and whatever discussion they're going to have, they're going to be in the interest of our voters. We're not obsessed about names and positions. There are things that we deal with, which becomes the policies and what we can immediately do for our people. That should always be the first thing that we discuss.
Mr. Dlamini, thank you so much. That was, of course, the Secretary General of the EFF, Mr. Marshall Dlamini. While he wouldn't comment, he wouldn't say if he will be the incoming Premier of KwaZulu-Natal. Remember, he was endorsed by party leader Julius Malema at their rally last week to say that for KZN, Marshall Dlamini must come in as the Premier candidate. And as the EFF, they would like to have Floyd Shibambu as, their finance minister. And Unathi, as we're actually speaking to Marshall Dlamini, the infamous bell went on, and as of now, 21.05% of the votes have been counted. Of course, the IEC will be having two briefings today. One right now that we will monitor at 4 o'clock, and the next will be at 8. And of course, this is where the IEC, I beg your pardon, will be updating the nation through us, members of the media, about the voting processes. Also, the very important topic, the objections that various political parties had, against the counting processes, and of course, the results that will be announced on Sunday. But as SABC News, we are here. We'll be bringing you all the rolling coverage in regards to this and what's happening here at The Rock.